It is transfer window time. I am the saviour of Everton. Welcome to episode number 4. Alright guys, welcome back to the Everton Let's Play. So at episode number 4, we are starting the second season today. We have got a Merseyside derby. We've moved to the 16th of September. And with that, we've got the transfer update. Okay, so it has been I'm gonna mark myself 7 out of 10. I want you to let me know your thoughts down in the comments after I've been through the transfers. We have struggled getting players out and of players of value as well. That's been the big thing. So we've been able to bring people in. Remember, we're given a budget of 80 million. We've spent a little bit over that. And as I said, it's been the problem of getting players out and getting players out with any sort of value. That has been the problem. Okay, so first of all, we're going to look at the players released. Andy Lonergan, Andros Townsend, Seamus Coleman, Yeremina Dukare. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it of the notables. There's about a good 300, 400, maybe close to £400,000 a week in wages that we've got rid of there. And then the biggest noticeable out is Moise Kean, £24 million. That's obviously a done deal in the game. I'm not quite sure if we actually received that money or not because it didn't feel like it was put into the actual budget. And then one of the noticeable transfers going out is Demarai Gray, £6 million. He was a bit of a backup player for us. He's played those 11 games over that sort of like second half of the season. But, you know, no real quality. We need to do better. We've improved in a certain area in midfield. So it made sense to try and get a little bit of money in. The next one gone is Jean-Philippe Gambin. I think he came with a big reputation of being able to create, and not to create, to destroy in that middle of midfield. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure injury problems have absolutely killed him. And he has ended up going to Bordeaux for £5.5 million. Begovic has gone to Mainz. And along with Begovic on a free, Tom Davies has gone to Wolves. Niles Nkunku has gone for £3 million. He was on loan somewhere. Where was he on? Saint Etienne apparently last season. And Lewis Gibson, a kind of a under 23s player, has gone on a free. That's the only other noticeable transfer. Not a lot of money has come in, unfortunately, which just, look, it didn't make it difficult. We did have like 80 million to spend, so we've had about 95, 100 million to spend. Okay, we're going to go through them in random order. We're actually going to go through the dates that I actually brought them in. So the first one in, Beto, the player that we've been talking about on stream as well a lot. I'm trying to get him in. I have got him in, I think, for my Fiorentina save. But we've got him in at Everton to have a strike force with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We had one bid of up to £96 million for Calvert-Lewin, and I rejected it. It was 60 up front with 12 million over each season for the next 3 years, and I thought I could get a little bit more. I didn't really want him to go because it's then what you do. We're trying to build something here. We're trying to build something, and I offered him a new contract. He was happy with that, and I thought, right, Beto and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, two big boys up front. Beto is 6'4", kind of a very similar player, which means if we get an injury to Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well, we're playing with a target man on attack and an advance forward. Beto has looked better. We started with Dominic Calvert-Lewin as the target. We're now playing Beto as the target, and we're getting Dominic Calvert-Lewin into those advanced forward areas. He hasn't started the world. He hasn't set the world alight so far in his 5 league games. 1 goal, 1 assist, but he looks good in the match engine. Trust me, he will be a superstar for us. Still only 25, £17 million from Udinese, and look at his attributes. I think, boys, second season, if you start in the Premier League, save you're in the Premier League for the second season, you know, maybe a top club in Spain, Italy, Germany, get this boy. Get this boy. And then what we wanted on that right-hand side, if you remember last week, I talked about that right midfield slot and saying that we were playing a wide playmaker, someone who could just, not a wide playmaker, so a wide midfielder, who would just clip that ball in to the channels for the advanced forward to run onto. And we thought David Beckham. Who could possibly fill the boots of David, like a David Beckham role in that Man United tactic that I recreated last week? And there's only one man. It's James Ward-Prowse. We've got him. Obviously, Southampton got relegated, which was massive for us. £18 million now. He's played a little bit in midfield, but my idea is to play him out on this right-hand side as a wide midfielder. Because of his crossing ability and his general, obviously, work rate, teamwork, technique, passing, vision. I just want him to dink balls. And we've had a little bit of injury in midfield. We've had a couple of injuries. One signing's coming quite late as well into central midfield, which has meant he's played in there. We've also made a signing in the right midfield slot. So he's a rotation option. But I think once I get the boys bedded in, he will be a right midfielder. So something a little bit different. I was a little bit like, he's got brilliant stamina, but pace isn't great, strength isn't great, and I'd really want two big powerhouses in central midfield. So I thought it was nice to have him something a little bit different on that right-hand side, a role that we've don't normally tend to use, and the attributes and the sort of like the way I want that right midfielder to play, I think this boy fits in superbly well. And joining in from Southampton is our new main centre-half. It's Mohamed Salisu. He's come from £23 million. I think it's a player that we could potentially sell on for big money, or will definitely grow if we get European football, etc. This boy is going to be good enough. He is left-footed as well. We wanted 2 centre-halves. We couldn't get 2 in just because of cost. So I'm really happy Mohamed Salisu will form a really nice partnership in there with Tarkowski. Julian Draxler. Now, I wanted to sign youth and give it a bit of a vibrant Everton for the new season. But what I was thinking of, he can play both sides, by the way. He's both-footed. He's a little bit of not a bit of a throwback. Obviously, in his better days, he was a winger. But what I am thinking of is his vision, his passing, his technique, his first touch, dribbling and crossing are all really good. So once again, that right midfield slot is just ideal. He can also be a backup left winger as well because he's got a superb left foot. I just thought he was a really good option. 52 grand a week, and we've paid £2.4 million. He's had 1 assist in his 5 appearances, average rating of 7.15. So a really good start from the German. Little bit of experience in there as well. I thought it was a really good, sensible transfer. Do you like the mug? This is a Football Manager mug, by the way. I've had it years. Trequarty still up. They don't do decent merch anymore. There you go. And then the next one in is Kepran Thuram. Now, I picked this guy up in my playoffs draft a couple of months ago, and he's really cheap in drafts. He's like 950k. We've picked him up for £19 million, but he is an absolute beast. 22 years old, French under-21 international, only a matter of time before he gets called up. 16 passing, 15 technique, teamwork, determination, physical, 6'4", gets in the opposition area, places shots, plays 1-2s. He's very technical, very good. Hopefully a little bit of aggression. What's his aggression? Aggression is 12, but he's definitely be able to get his foot in, dominate the midfield with him and Onana in there. Said I wanted those 2 big physical, sort of like number 8. I think we've got that with Kepran Thuram. And the last one, I really wanted 2 fullbacks, and we've only had to settle with 1. We have got Sergio Reguilon in. He was transfer listed by Everton, by Tottenham. We waited quite late up until the season starting. He's had a really good start by the looks of it as well, 7.33. At a cost of £10 million. You know, we had Mikalenko in there who's okay. We needed another option. I didn't want to have to play like a Godfrey over there or someone else, a makeshift. I thought 26 years old, £10 million, a really good, solid Premier League signing. So those are the signings with a total of what? 6? Is it 6? Yeah, 6 at a total cost of £89 million. I said the main problem's been the players that we couldn't get out. Now, I transfer listed Neil Maupay in the start of mid-June to July just to see if there was any offers in. Remember, he doesn't really fit our profile of what we want as a central striker, but because his valuation is so high, we couldn't get rid of him. So I've taken him off the transfer list. I took him off quite early because there was no real hope. Didn't want to unsettle him too much. He's going to be a really good third choice option for us up front. We've still got Michael Keane. Couldn't get rid of him. We can't get rid of Andre Gomez. We couldn't get rid of Idrissa Gueye as well. And we've still got Ellis Sims is our 4th choice. We've had to go with players like Ellis Sims because we haven't been able to shift out the others. I transfer listed James Garner for a little bit as well to try and get him out the door. Couldn't get an offer in for him. So our squad is big. We've had an injury to Jordan Pickford. He's not played a Premier League game yet. He's missed the first 5 or 6. As you can see, we are in 5th position. Played 5, won 3, drawn 2, lost none. Goal difference of 5, 11 points. We've played a game less than some of these clubs. The potential to go into 3rd if we can beat Liverpool today. The results, as you can see, have been pretty good. A Neil Maupay 94th minute winner. Let's go and have a little look. A lot of love for Neil in this series at the moment. I think he obviously came off the bench. There he is. I think, did we bring on Dele Alli as well? Dele Alli, who we're going to talk about in a minute as well. In the channel. Look, wait, just stop. You've got to see this from another angle. You ready? Whoop. I don't know what it is. To be honest, but I loved it, whatever it was. So that gave us a 1-0 win. We then had a disappointing result in terms of we should have been going to Crystal Palace and really winning. But we did come from 3-1 down to draw 3-3. We've drawn 2-2 at home against Manchester United. Played really well in that game, to be fair. We played really well until they sort of like smashed 2 goals in. Malacia got sent off, and then we made it 2-2, and we just couldn't find a winner in that last half an hour. We've just beaten Tottenham 5-3. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring 3. Dwight McNeil. Let's go see some goals. We want to see goals. Okay, so it's an over-the-ball top. Dominic Calvert-Lewin running onto it. Obviously, there he's playing as a target forward, not the central striker. Tarkowski picking it up into Onana, into McNeil. What a run from out to in. And McNeil has made a really good start on the left-hand side of midfield. Regulon bombing down the left wing. Great to see. Thuram, look at that pick-up. That he was on the pitch 5 minutes for his debut and he managed to pick that pass out. Tarkowski again into Beto, dropping off into Thuram. Mistake. Dominic Calvert-Lewin now playing as an advanced forward. He's picking up his second goal. And this is his hat-trick one, maybe. Garner Gay out toward Prowse. Lovely cross on. It was Beto. No, it was Dele. It was Dele, my boy. Dele Alli. And talking of Dele Alli, he's unhappy. He wants a new deal. He's got a year left. The issue we've got with Dele Alli is obviously the release clauses. I really wanted to use him. I thought him as a second striker, like a backup striker. He can do a job in midfield. He could do a job probably there, right midfield, just to do a job. He can also definitely do target man and advance forward. He's 15 finishing, 16 stamina. I think he could do it. He's very well rounded, is Dele Alli, but this is the problem. He's got 4 clauses. So after another 7 appearances, which to be fair is going to be likely, I really don't want to treat him like absolute shit for the season. We're going to have to pay £10 million. So I'm going to take that hit on him. And then from there, he's got to then do another 20 appearances and we've got to pay another 10. Unlikely he'll probably get that. But in that time, I think potentially, look, if he ends up hitting those 27 appearances and we end up paying another up to £40 million, that's fine. 47 and 67. If he gets any more than that first £10 million, I'm ready to take a £10 million hit on him. Instead of having him languishing in the reserves, we might as well use him. Ellis Sims is not great. Dominic Calvin, I do want that, like the old Alex Ferguson, 2 strikers on, 2 strikers off, and freshen it up a little bit. Especially with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we need to keep him fit. Having him and Mopay as backups, I think is going to work really well. And then we'll see, you know, if we're in a position where we think we're going to play him and offer him a new deal, then we'll just have to take the hits on them. But I'm not going to write Dele Alli off just yet. There has also been significant changes in the backroom staff. I did try and get Big Dunk in, but he did not want to come back. So we have got Ian Warren's gone, who was my assistant. He's obviously sort of like Sean Dyche's assistant. We've brought in some legends, really. Ricardo Carvalho is now my assistant manager, fantastic defensive coach. We've brought in Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's dad to work in the under-18s. Eamon Swift is a very good physio in the game. Matt Busby is a little bit of an FM legend. I bet you guys that have been playing FM for a lot of years will have used him at some point, in particular when he was an under-21s coach at Blackburn. He's now a fitness coach. We've brought in Dave Watson, ex-Barnsley goalkeeper, ex-England goalkeeping coach. We've picked him up, really good goalkeeper. Gunnar Haller, ex-Bradford City and Leeds United. He is now our fitness coach. Neil Banfield, ex-Arsenal coach, was with Arsenal for a lot of years. Look, we've got him in. He got him in from Rangers. Really good coach. Pedro Salaberry is I don't know who he was, to be fair. He's Argentinian. He's our assistant manager under 21s. And obviously, training-wise, under 21s coaches count in coaching the first team. So we've got him in, obviously, to do, I imagine, some attacking work by the looks of it. Miguel D'Agostino is the previous assistant manager of Paris Saint-Germain, Spurs, Southampton, Espanyol, one of Pochettino's boys. He's in, very good coach. And the last dude is a assistant manager, 15 attacking, 17 working with youngsters, decent for the under-18s. All right, so that is everything. Okay, the tactic is looking like this, as it was, I think, towards the end of last season when we changed it up with the 4-4-2. So the idea is that we've got 2 inverted wing-backs coming in. I'm still trying to get this balance right with this central midfielder here, because sometimes we're getting the inverted winger and Onana, who's playing as the central midfielder on support, just a little bit too close together. We have got a player instruction for Onana as stay wider, because obviously you're going to expect McNeil to go higher up here. So there's going to leave a little bit of a gap there. I'm just hoping he can just move into these wide areas a little bit in possession, just so it helps us build up the play a little bit better. It gives us another passing option. Obviously, if Regulon is in here, he's kind of blocking his view and maybe getting a little bit caught down, a little bit too cramped in there. So with Onana moving out a little bit, it might just give Regulon a little bit of space in there to work. Better on Calvert-Lewin up front. As I said, we've still got Gomez, Branthwaite, Ellis Sims. Pickford's still injured. So we're having to go with... I did try and get another goalie in, but there was nothing of any sort of value. Have we spent all our money? We've got 9.72 million left. That's probably going to go when Dele Alli hits that magic 7 more appearances. Okay, let me know your thoughts down in the comments about the transfers. The summer, I've given it a 7. I think we're still lacking in defence. But we're getting there. We're building. I think the good thing with Everton is because we're not going to be thrust with absolutely loads of money in terms of hundreds, and we're well behind, Man City's, the big six, Newcastle. We've got a little bit of work to do. It's going to be a little bit of a slow rebuild over the next couple of seasons. And I believe, is it our last season at Goodison Park? It is. We're moving into Bramley-Moore Dock Stadium on the 30th of July in 2024. So the start of next season. So with that, we need to make this season memorable. All right, guys, let's go and play the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. It is Liverpool, who are top of the league. Played 6, won 5, drawn 1, lost 1. Drawn 1, lost none. They've just been smashed by Real Madrid, by the way, so that was nice to watch this evening. But they have signed, by the looks of it, someone we are all familiar with. They've signed my boy Sforza, but they've also signed Osimhen. Jesus Christ. 86 million, absolute bargain. Okay, we've also got an injury to Godfrey, which is not great. Who do we go with? Nathan Patterson, Branthwaite. Let's go Nathan Patterson. We need to start giving him a couple more games because he's going to definitely have the potential at some point to step up. So, Virginia in goal, Patterson, Tarkowski, Salisu, Regulon, McNeil, Onana, Thuram, Ward-Prowse, Beto and Calvert-Lewin. We've got Draxler, Dele Alli, Branthwaite. I think the issue we had with Everton last year, we had nothing to bring off the bench. Now we've got Gay, Mope, Iwobi, Draxler, Dele Alli. Decent options at fullback as well. Okay, there's our beautiful 4-4-2. What are Liverpool rocking with? Are we going to come up against Osimhen? No, we aren't. Jota, Diaz, Salah. Osimhen must be injured, thank God. They've got a different midfield as well. There was 2 centre. So there was maybe a Zielinski in there. I'm not sure who the other one was. Let's go. So there's Patterson inverted wing back. Look. Beto dropping off. Target man attack. Oh, were we in straight away? Oh, we weren't far off. That's a bit slow. Mansverk is the player. I've never heard of him, going to be honest. Alexander-Arnold. Crosses. Regulon clears. Can we get it down? No. 2v2 up there. We'd have thought our 2 big strikers might have fancied a challenge there. They haven't. And we've just conceded a goal. Really disappointed when that ball's come out there that our 2 centre forwards are absolutely nowhere near it. Surely that is an ideal scenario. For some reason, their 2 defenders are really narrow and ours 2 strikers are really wide. Maybe we're hoping for a ball in the channel. But we've been punished there. As easy as it comes. Mansverk into Diaz. Lovely run from out to in. Lovely finish. That's not the start we wanted. Bear in mind, we're undefeated this season and we want to keep that running. We want... What's a realistic target for my Everton? It has to be top half, I would have thought. Oh, we're fucking 2-0 down, boys. 14 minutes gone. We're 2-0 down. I thought we had a good side. I thought I'd built a good team. Zielinski free kick. Big Verge at the back stick. 2-0 down in the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. This is not good. Okay, so... Onana's been sent off. Brilliant. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to sacrifice McNeil. We're going to put the 2 wing-backs now onto normal wing-backs. And then we'll just have to sacrifice. I think if we bring Ward-Prowse... Oh, this bloody game. Get in there. Ward-Prowse plays a deep line playmaker on defend. Central midfielder on support. Who we're going to put in there? Has to be Idrissa Gueye, doesn't it? Him going there, and yeah, we just try and hit. Let's go slightly more direct and see if we can get a little bit of hope with those 2. Oh, boys, this is a disaster, isn't it? An absolute disaster. Do we get a red card as well? I was showing one of the earlier episodes we had Dwight McNeil getting sent off. Was that in the derby? It's fucking 3-0. It's 3-0, boys. Oh, this is a disaster. I know Liverpool are good in the game, but fucking hell. Oh, no. We're going down to 9 men. Oh, my God. What is going on? Right, I'm going to have to take a striker off now. Oh, my God. Right, we better just keep them in full back on support, aren't we? Have I got to get stuck on? I have got get stuck in on, but I'm going to leave it on because that's not get stuck in. That's just pure stupidity, isn't it? Oh, this is going to be brutal, boys. Right, we better go defensive, haven't we? I can't go very defensive. It just breaks all rules of football, doesn't it? Well, what a pathetic first half. I'm going to say that. Another free kick from a wide area. With our height advantage as well. Imagine all the height we've had in that first half with... Oh, fucking hell. Second phases of free kicks. I don't know how I could deal with that in FM. But the second phases, they've scored 2 goals from second phases of free kicks. Goal awarded. We're 4-0 down. Absolute shambles. Obviously, we're under... I think now we're maybe under pressure a little bit because we've got a 2-man disadvantage. And Diaz has absolutely smashed that in. But the height we've got with Thuram, Calvert-Lewin, Beto, the 2 centre-halves, I thought we might have been okay dealing from set pieces. Like, what do you do about that? He's just dribbled. He's gone through about 3 tackles. It's 5-0 after 54 minutes. Don't blame Miles. Don't blame Miles. Absolute bobbles, and then Fabinho. Was it Fabinho? It was. Absolutely thrashed it in. Oh, my God. I'm asking him to focus. Maybe a little bit too late for that. That's another fucking free kick, boys. Oh, I've done a little cheeky one. These little cheeky ones that the game does, it always ends up with a centre-half going into them wide areas, which makes absolutely no sense, right? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you need to get up the pitch, bud. Because that's where that's going. If you were the goalkeeper in that scenario, you would hold and keep that ball at your feet for as long as possible. You wouldn't quickly kick it up the pitch. I think sometimes the game doesn't really do game management very well, does it? Because that's come from that. All he had to do was not hold on to it, but, well, hold it at his feet. Keep hold of the ball. Wait for Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get up there. There was no real pressure on him. It was disallowed, thank God. I'll take my best players off. We've given up with this one. Got to be honest, we've given up with this one. Right, Salah with it. It's over. We've survived that one. And here they go again. 73 gone. Salah. Save from the goalkeeper. That's the first save that he's made this season, to be fair. We need Jordan back. I think Jordan will be back in for the next league game. Right, Zielinski. Cross. Half cleared. We've survived, have we? Yes, we've survived one. I can't believe those 2 red cards. What were they thinking? 2 scissor challenges as well. They just the way the game decides to do it. I always think they're in really stupid areas. I think sometimes it's 6 still. It's really stupid that they even do free kicks in those wide areas. You know, when there's no real pressure on the ball. You know, they're maybe backed into a corner or a touchline, then they just decide to do a scissors. Zielinski's made it 6. I apologise for this, Everton fans. We started the season, as you can see, so well. We're 7th. We'd take 7th at the end of the season, wouldn't we? We'd take 7th. Right. I haven't really got much to say about that. Apart from fucking hell. Fucking hell. Sorry for my bad language, but as I said, fucking hell. Right. That is it for today. We're going to be back. Everton videos are now going to be Wednesday nights, 7:15. And then Sunday mornings around 11 o'clock. All right? Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. We'll kick on with the save. We'll kick on maybe a good 10, 12 games. Fingers crossed we can bounce back. We've got a nice little run there. Wolves, Chelsea at home, but then Brighton, Forest, Bournemouth, West Ham, Aston Villa, Fulham, Brentford, Sheffield United, Watford. There's a really nice run of games in there until we play City away, Arsenal at home, Chelsea away, Man City at home, Newcastle away. Brilliant. Love that. Thanks, Football Manager. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Smash a like on today's video, and we will see you on Sunday morning for the next video of I Am the Saviour of Everton.